A good mystery should be a treasured find. Nothing works up adrenaline like accompanying a hard-hitting detective tracking down a murderer. So today, we're gonna highlight the best detectives in the fictional universe to see who could take the title ahead. Let's start with number 10. Number 10. Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy was the greatest detective of his time, fighting mob bosses. His name was feared in the criminal underworld. He was working as a federal agent and even a second-grade lieutenant in World War II. The world of Dick Tracy is a dark one, inspired by the feel of Chicago in the 1930s, full of grotesque and cruel villains. You can draw many parallels between Batman and Dick Tracy. Number 9. Jane Marple. Miss Jane Marple is an elderly spinster with a sharp mind who frequently turns her hand to solving mysteries, especially murders. She has a preternatural ability for strategy and a remarkable tendency to connect every case to a story of her past and casually comment on key details of her current case. Criminals and murderers fail to realize that with every stitch, she is not only making a cardigan, but solving a crime. Number 8. Auguste Dupin. He was created by Edgar Allan Poe in 1841. This appearance is largely believed to be the very first detective story the world ever saw. Auguste Dupin even predates the term detective. As such, he exhibits many classic cliches of the standard fictional detective. He is the first character model of this type, the original gentleman detective. Number 7. Hercule Poirot. Around for a remarkable 55 years, Mr. Poirot has been a fixture in the detective genre. Created by Agatha Christie, this dignified Belgian detective solves crimes with the use of logical reasoning, or as he puts it, order and method, earning him the nickname the greatest mind in Europe. Poirot uses psychology and his extensive knowledge of human nature to weed out the criminals. He always relies upon this skill to definitively catch the bad guy at the end. Number 6. Rorschach. A violent noir detective of the Watchmen series. Rorschach is well known among criminals as the terror of the underworld. He is very intelligent and a gifted tactician, which is heightened by his mental instability. Thus, unpredictability as an opponent, he has demonstrated great competency in espionage, infiltration, interrogation, and investigation. Number 5. Detective Chimp. A chimpanzee imbued with magical qualities by the Fountain of Youth. Detective Chimp entailed as one of the brilliant minds in the DC universe, as his IQ has been estimated to be higher than 98% of the human population. Capable of conversing with all animals, regardless of origin, in their own language. Detective Chimp is one of the most highly skilled investigators in the world, as his detective skills can rival Batman. Number 4. Howard the Duck. A citizen of Duck World who now lives on Earth. This stellar detective delves a bit deeper into mystery. Not only does he solve the crime, but the character takes a good hard look at why the events occurred in the first place. Howard has been shown to have the potential to have an intellect that rivals Reed Richards. But due to his infinitely pessimistic and slacker attitude, he lacks the ability to tap into his true potential. Number 3. Patrick Jane. When one thinks of a detective, they typically think of the hard-boiled seeker of truth. But Jane offers an alternative perspective for detectives. He uses his keen powers of observation, his brilliant mind and talent for mischief into solving crimes. He uses hypnosis to occasionally get information and confessions from suspects. With great intuition and impeccable observation skills, he bears a close resemblance to Sherlock Holmes. Number 2. Bruce Wayne. Bruce began to train with brilliant minds to learn about biology, criminology, anatomy, and other areas that would help him become the world's greatest detective. Solving the biggest, darkest secrets with small or large amounts of data and details. Batman is an excellent and seasoned strategist and a tactician. Always keeps himself a step ahead of his opponents, making contingency plans for any possible situation. There is no detective in comics that surpasses Batman. And number 1. Sherlock Holmes. The sheer impact Sherlock Holmes has had on the entire genre of detective stories is hard to ignore. Holmes is extremely intelligent, possesses a keen inductive ability, observational skills that lends itself well to his chosen profession. He has a breadth of knowledge on various subjects. Sherlock is a master of cold readings and capable of reading a situation or a person within a matter of seconds. Sherlock Holmes is the most portrayed fictional character on film, having been played by no fewer than 75 actors in 211 movies since 1900. This repeated reinvention of the classic character will keep the spirit of the gentleman detective alive and well for the foreseeable future. Well, hope you enjoyed the list. And before you go, please check out our honorable mentions, just in case you thought we missed any. Tune in next week for more videos like this. Have a great day!